And joining us now is aviation safety consultant Rich Martindale, a career fighter pilot and plane crash investigator. And thanks so much for joining us, Rich.
Glad to be here, Preston.
Yeah, thanks for being on set. Yeah, you know, it seems like something like this is so avoidable, but is it rare for these things to happen?
Well, I think it's rare, but it's not uncommon. And the analogy is like driving your car. If you're not paying attention, you're not going to miss things. And the one we talked about earlier is if you change lanes and you miss your blind zone, you're going to get surprised.
When these things happen, I mean, we've seen 3 small plane crashes in just this month. What's the difference between small plane safety and commercial airlines?
Well, small planes operate under different rules, and they don't have to be under radar control all the time, although they frequently are. Commercial airliners are always under radar control, and that helps with a little bit more lookout because the radar operator can help them know where to look.
Let's talk a little bit about the planes involved in today's crash. You can see the wreckage there on our screen. We've got a single-engine Cessna, and we've got a twin-engine Sabreliner, right?
A jet, yes.
So when these 2 planes crash, I mean, one of them is a small plane, I guess you could call it, but it's not as small as the Cessna.
That's true, and it's a maneuvering airplane. It's a jet. It moves at greater speeds, and that's one of the problems when you get into airports like this. You have what we call mixed traffic. Some people going faster than others, although they try to maintain a more relevant speed for each other. There's speed limits inside the control zone so that you don't have as big a speed differentials.
And when you're talking about these 2 different planes, and we've got the twin engine, the single engine, we've seen, you know, several single engine planes go down, reporting engine failure, other things happening in the last couple of weeks. Are these planes any more dangerous than a twin engine plane would be?
No, as a matter of fact, they're not. When most twin engine airplanes will have just as much trouble when they lose an engine as a single engine airplane does when it loses one, strangely enough. Only your bigger airplanes are able to actually fly on one engine.
And talking about Brown Field, where these planes were headed to today, something like 86,000 operations a year, which means takeoff and landings in about 235 a day.
Right. So it's a busy airport. There is visual. You have to maneuver visually to get lined up with the runway. There is no instrument approach that takes you straight into that runway. So both airplanes had to maneuver visually to line up for the runway.
Gotcha. Rich, thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you again on 10 News at 6. And of course, 10 News will bring you the latest details on this breaking story on our newscast and on the 10 News mobile app.